Hello, all you wonderful, beautiful people of the Maverick Nation. And I don't think I'm going to be doing any more My Hero Academia Pokemon crossover. And why is this? Why in the middle of Season 4? Because in trying to basically put all of basically everything up, basically Season 1 to basically Season 4 into a playlist, I accidentally erased a video. And it was one with a gym battle in it. The first fucking gym battle of the freaking Ultima League. Fucking Poppy. The fire type gym leader. The Hellfire badge. And I believe there was like a freaking heartfelt moment with Alucard and Schrodinger in that as well. Fuck. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm just really fucking pissed that I fucked up that hard. So, yeah, I'm just gonna I am that pissed that I am literally planning on stopping the series. Either that or doing something that will continue in it in a different light. Either that or do something drastically fucking different but still the same in certain ways. Like Where Are They Now series. Like a couple episodes of that until I continue freaking Season 4, because that's basically the episode that I deleted. The one with the gym battle with Poppy. I believe that's the one. His gym was a fire type gym. I don't remember his Pokemon, though. Well, I don't remember all of them. Actually, I believe Poppy was a girl. And, well, it's the Hellfire badge. I believe several of this shit gets stated in other videos, but I'm just trying to go over most of this shit so that I'm not my foot in my mouth here. Try to fix my own damn mistakes. So instead of trying to basically put them all in the same playlist, there's one in one channel's playlist and another in another channel playlist. Look them up. You know where they are, because if you found my channel, you've inevitably found this playlist, or like the playlist of those videos. And if you know about the other channel, you inevitably know about those videos and those, like that playlist. Because inevitably those things have to click together. God, I'm fucking pissed. Because, well, that was a lot of time well spent, making content for you guys. And that was really fun to do. And a lot of character development and, well, just all down the drain. Well, not technically completely all down the drain, because, in other episodes, stuff from that episode shows up, like Pokemon that might have been caught in that episode will show up in later episodes. And, it's basically that he has, that Alucard, Ceres, and, well, Integra all have the same amount of gym badges. Because they're all going for the gym journey. I'm just really fucking pissed. So, yeah, I think I might do those. Like, before I do another episode of the series, I'll do some Where Are They Now, like, for the other characters. To give some backstory, or, like, at least some sort of, context on, like, the life of, well, these characters that used to be, like, how kind of like Dragon Ball Z did the characters in Dragon Ball? Like, how, like, the humans all of a sudden became irrelevant because of the Saiyans? And Frieza and Cell and Boo. And now there's gods. Well, you want to tell me there's a freaking king of everything? Like, just, wow. The humans became really irrelevant. So, yeah, they became really irrelevant really fast as soon as Dragon Ball Z ran around. Came around. And just fucked over the humans. The human characters. So basically, I don't want to do my characters the same way, Toriyama did the humans in Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, basically, I'm gonna do a little bit of a Where Are They Now for a little while, and then I'll get back onto the wagon. But this will also be to relieve some stress. Like, a lot of stress, actually. Because of how pissed I am. Like, I don't know how good you think I am at hiding it, guys, but oh boy, I am trying hard to hide it. How pissed I am right now. Because I could legit punch someone out right now. How angry I am. Considering how much heart and soul goes into each one of these videos that I make for you guys. So yeah. Basically, also, other videos I plan to make. Follow-ups on the other videos and, basically, the Where Are They Nows, and after the Where Are They Nows, some more of the series. It's already in season 4. We're in, the 30s now, episode 36 would be the next one. Yeah, I'd start out with 36 being the first one I would do after that. And after some, updating new stuff that I have put on the channel. I'm just gonna scroll down and, for one hot minute, second, whatever you say. Also, sometime in the future, I am going to advance with the Soulless Hero, Red Reaper, and the XE Academy. I will advance with that. And, as with other things, actually, I think there should be a little bit of a news, what do they call it, breaking news, or, what's the other thing? I forget what the fucking other thing is. Basically. Yeah, this is definitely going in my random playlist. Because, yes, this is basically a random video. And I don't know when I'll be doing more Maverick and Renegade Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment. But I will get to more of that eventually. And more DSM World Adventures. And basically, if you heard, at the end of that episode, for those of you that have watched that, about the next location, it's just like in One Piece, guys. They're always about, the next location. So yeah, basically, they would be going to the next location, and from then on. Or, if there's something serious up ahead, maybe there's that. Hell, there's only 2 episodes in. And then there's the MHA Pokemon crossover What If, which, like I said, unless I'm doing a Where Are They Now type of video, which would go in my randoms. Yes, I'm saying it now. The Where Are They Now ones will actually be going in my randoms. My random playlist. It just says random, and then there's a little question mark. It's random, and then there's a little question mark after that. It's that, one. It's Actually, the one at the very bottom, if you were like scrolling down, it's the one at the very bottom right now. Because it's pretty much the first one that I made. So it would be at the bottom. So yeah, they're basically going to be in my random Where Are They Now videos. Basically the stuff about like updating you guys on the here and now of, characters past, characters that, had their time before, in a past season, past, league, characters like Bakugo, Shoto, and Mina. Like those characters. Well, Bakugo's kind of had himself like a resurgence whenever he became that really Elite Four member. So that's kind of not really true. Well, it is true still, because he's still going to be in there. Because, they're still going to be part of that in there. So yeah, basically a lot of bringing the oldies but the goodies back. And basically updating on how they are now. And maybe some other more obscure ones, like ones that only got like one episode. Like, I remember the one where they revisited like Izuku and, Bakugo's like hometown using Fly or Surf. I'm pretty sure it was Fly. And basically they had to fight several people. Yeah, I'd probably do a Where Are They, like something like that kind of video about them. Yeah, kind of like one of those. And then after that we have the Myclander Godman kind of story. And basically after the story part, I put cancelled. Because yes, it is. It is cancelled. Because that's the end of the story. 2 videos. I basically have lost interest. And plus, I really don't feel like it could go much longer. Until I just got bored and decided to delete it. And I don't want to delete it. I want it to stay on the channel as something that I'm proud of. So I just decided to end it at 2 videos. And just have the cancelled there to remind people that, hey, there's no more videos gonna be coming out of this, just 2. But hey, I mean, the 2 videos aren't bad. I don't think they are. And then there's Naruto. That's not cancelled. And I want to have some fun with that. And then there's What If Naruto... What if 007 and John Wick trained Izuku to be the next... Shit, damn. Basically, what if 007 and John Wick trained Izuku to be the next big boss? Basically, currently only 2 videos, but I want to change that. Definitely, yes, I want to do that. Because I want to make it like a freaking, like, 007 thing where there's like multiple fucking series of video of like movies where he like stars in and like just steals the show. And there's like this main bad guy, but there can also be like henchmen, basically. But then there's the problem of who would be the next, bad guy for like Izuku to face. Like Izuku's already, the first video was basically getting everything set up. The second video was, well, him finally killing Agent 57. And basically, I am just going to blatantly say this right now. Neither Bond or 007 are actually fucking dead. Yes, I am spoiling that till the cows come home. Neither of them are actually dead. But the way they're actually going to get back to full stat, or at least whatever you could consider full stat, considering what they're going to be like once they're actually found of whatever's left of them, whoever finds them, and whatever they decide to do with them. Oh, dear God. Let's just hope Izuku doesn't find the poor suckers that decide to mess with his parents. Because, yeah, they're his parents, and you try to mess with his parents. I mean, you may have kept them alive, but still, you messed with his parents. You're gonna fucking die. That's like freaking killing John Wick's dog. You're gonna fucking die. He killed a man with a pencil. He ain't the boogeyman. He's the guy we sent to kill the fucking boogeyman. No, the line was, he ain't the boogeyman. No, he's the man we sent to kill the goddamn boogeyman. And then there's the Naru Bleach, which the second video was a lot shorter than the first. And that was because I was just really drained compared to whenever I did the first video. So, yeah. Depending on how I feel, is probably going to be a good indicator on how long the video is. If I feel really, really pumped and really, really good, it's probably going to be a long video. If I feel absolutely fucking, pissed or exhausted, probably not going to be a long video. So that would definitely explain why the second part is so much shorter than the first part of Naru Bleach. And then there's my good old baby boy. What if Don Quixote the Doflamingo was good? My two-parter, my good old boy two-parter, and basically the Gaiacris what if of this channel so far. Can't really find anything that I could possibly say right now in my head that could go beyond that. In my head. Don't really have any idea. Basically, yeah. And part 2 isn't even close to where I'm done. I am far from fucking done with going crazy balls down deep. Crazy. And basically now there's the Soulless Hero, the Red Reaper, and the EXE Academy. These three are the plushie series that I have done countless times, I have redone countless times, but I want these to be the ones that I stick with. I'm so sorry that I did not get the one, Soulless Hero thumbnail that I always used to use. I really wanted to use the original, but for some reason I couldn't. And all three of them have 3 videos. The 3 videos that I have for the Soulless Hero, I don't think much of the first 2 episodes of the Soulless Hero, because they're pretty much, paint by numbers whenever compared to getting into the later shit of the first season. And the later shit is basically everything, with and then basically after the Stefano Corporation, come into play, come into action. The moment these guys come into play, the moment these guys, show up, everything goes into overdrive. The first 2 episodes are pretty paint by numbers compared to everything else in the first season. Because everything else is, basically episode 3 to episode 8. And episode 3 to episode 8, episode 8 is actually pretty tame compared to episode freaking, 7. Well, actually, the beginning of episode 8 is not exactly tame, but it starts to calm down as the episode progresses in the timeline of the episode. Episode 8. Basically, everything episode 3 and onward until you get to, episode 8, the beginning of episode 8. Basically everything, basically everything episode 3 all the way to the beginning of episode 8 is complete and utter madness. But once it gets to the mid and the last part of episode 8 of season 1, that's whenever it cools down again. Episode 1 and 2, and then the mid and later part of episode 8, which is the last episode of season 1, is basically the parts which are more paint by numbers cooled down. And then we gotta go all the way to Soulless Reaper. Red Reaper. Shit. I mixed up titles. Red Reaper is a hot damn mess. Because of what I have to do in order to even make it work. On multiple levels. Since I have to do this sort of Zatch Bell aesthetic, it's really tiring. But at the same way, it's, in the same way it's in the same way that it's tiring, it's also thrilling. I feel like even though it's tiring, it's I want to do more. And something that I feel is that done perfectly, the the best out of the Soulless Hero and the best out of Red Reaper, like for season 1 of them, is the first season of the EXE Academy. Because for the first 3 episodes that we got here, the first episode is, well, pretty, the way it should be done if you're doing this in a classroom setting. Like, regardless of what kind of classroom it is. And basically, the second one is basically, okay, now we're in the classroom. The second episode is getting us used to the classroom. And the third one is finally we get some action. First one is basically getting us started. Second episode is getting us situated. And the third episode is finally some actual action. And you'll actually notice something about these different series. Soulless Hero, at least, the first thing, just Soulless Hero. Like, basically the original one, Soulless Hero. Seasons, there are only 8 episodes. However, for Red Reaper, there are 10 episodes per season. However, for and, just to escalate shit even more, for the EXE Academy, did a total of 12 episodes per season. That's how I have this mapped out. Plus, it actually helps with more space for every series. I mean, the Soulless Hero is the first one. Well, not technically the first one. The first one is actually Dsm World Adventures, but, that's kind of like the precursor to all the other ones. So, if you wanted to do like a trio, this is technically the first one, would be the Soulless Hero. Basically, having 8, which is my favorite number, is very condensed, and, well, not a lot of time in between other things, but with the time that is made, you can indeed introduce some story beats. It's just you have to be very careful with how you do that. But with something like Red Reaper, I feel very handicapped because, well, I do have more episodes. I also have that kind of like Zatch Bell kind of thing where it's like 2 people for like thing and then another 2 people because like it's like Zatch Bellized. So I kind of have to do it like that, and it's like, oh, fuck, how do I map this out? Fuck. But then I began to realize, whenever I eventually do get it mapped out, it's going to rock. Basically, like, the struggle is real. Oh boy, the struggle is real. With Red Reaper, it's more Reaper. It's more, well, the struggle is more evident than ever. With how much, like, constraint that is shown there with basically how I have to do things. Because of just the kind of person I am. I won't let myself do anything else any other way. And then basically we go to the third series, which is the EXE Academy. And basically this is... I'm going to go ahead and before I even talk about the EXE Academy, make a timeline. Automatically have DSM World Adventures be the first in the timeline if we're making four members of the timeline, because it is like at the beginning of all things. So, of course, it would be at the beginning of the timeline. But if we're not, and we're just doing the trio, like, the one that would still be at pretty much the beginning, I see it as Red Reaper, actually. There are actually certain elements that carry over from either, like basically both shows, and basically I think the way they do that, like the way everything is carried over, it just feels like Red Reaper happening before the Soulless Hero in a timeline sort of way would make more sense. Of course, something would need to happen for everybody to have to forget the fact of all their previous memories. But that can be easily done, because a lot of things can be easily done, apparently. Because, gods are like every fucking where in these shows. Godlike beings, gods themselves, gods beyond gods. Hello, myself, my brother, my son. 3 godlike beings right there. Bendy only holding back his godlike power because of all the limiters he has. He just doesn't let you see them because he makes them invisible. Yes, so the limiters on his body are invisible. He makes them unseeable to anyone who isn't either me or my son, or Darkrai, or Metal. So, yeah. Bendy is just having a lot of limiters on his body just to keep from his actual power showing. Because if it did, well, a lot of shit would be fucked. Just saying, a lot of shit would be fucked. And so, if Red Reaper would actually be first in the timeline, then the Soulless Hero, that would obviously mean that the Soulless, basically, if basically Red Reaper is first, and then the Soulless Hero, that would mean that the EXE Academy is the last in the timeline. And yes, it is. Because it has a lot of characters that don't appear until later in, basically, time. So it would have to be the last in the timeline. Regardless of any shit. Unless you like really ridiculously just like wanted to pull some bullshit out of your ass. And well, have I actually discussed how I even do with the EXE Academy? Because I discussed my struggles and my, well, like the kind of the no reward without risk kind of thing that I kind of go through making Red Reaper videos. Like every time I make a video of Red Reaper, it's kind of like a reward but with risk. But EXE Academy is just like gung-hoing it, because that's a shit ton of characters. But I'm not that spelling it, so they're not constricted to one tiny role. They can be whatever role, but just at certain times that flexibility has to be nerfed. Like, it's like a situational flexibility. It's like everything is for the situation. And I also wanted to make the EXE Academy a lot darker than the chosen, the Soulless Hero and Red Reaper. Like, I know those are going to be freaking dark. Like, I really want it to be dark, to be obvious. But I want the EXE Academy to be fucking dark. Like, really fucking dark. Like, if you can't tell from me having, like, the students fight the fucking 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Well, not all of them, because if they fought death, they'd die the moment they touched them. That's kind of how we flow. And like, Greed wasn't anywhere even near him. Well, not too near him. Because he did not want to die. And plus, even if he didn't have that power, Death could still murder Greed, no matter how many times he monopolized. Because Death has this thing where, like, monopolize all you want, bitch. I don't really have a problem with stamina. Yeah, since Death is eternal, pretty much, like mostly eternal, he has no problem with stamina. He could kill him all he wanted to. And now that that all is all done and said with, we goes on to Bendy Journey Chapter 2 and onward. That is what the playlist is named, because it's Chapter 2 and onward. Because basically, the seasons, I can't seem to freaking I think the number of, oh yeah, now I remember, the number of episodes per season is 5, because 5 chapters in the Bendy and Englishman games. And well, but basically seeing as there's like how many chapters like is onward, I would basically go on to like 3, 4, and 5. So it would be chapter 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's how long the series would last. Unless I wanted to make any sort of sequel thing, like a Dark Revival. Like perhaps Bendy's Journey in the Dark Revival. Yeah, that would be a good sequel series to have. And instead of 5 episodes per season, double the amount. 10 episodes per season. And basically, what's 10 times? That's basically 100, so 100 episodes per that. And since those are the only 2 games that the media has out of, well, Bendy, I guess that, basically once that's done, whatever else I had done or would do afterwards related to Bendy's Journey would be done. I mean, if I felt like it. And then there's movies. Now, I'm actually going to go into this.
The Apostle Vessel of Kira.
Fuck. The Konoha Kira Case 1. Capture and Escape. That's the second video. The first video of the Konoha Kira case is Konoha Kira Case 0, the 3 Kiras. And then there's another thing. What if Naruto was Shadow movie opening arc? The beginning of the Shadow Flash's journey. And then we got with 2 videos, Maverick and Renegade Gaming, which basically is going to have the 8 chapter long game that, well, isn't even really a game. It's basically a hypothetical game. Like, if hypothetically the Meatly were to give, or whoever else worked with the Meatly, were to give me inheritance of, Bendy and the Ink Machine, like Bendy and the Dark Revival, however much that goes, like the Bendy franchise, just give that over to me so that I can do whatever with it to whatever I want. And I would be able to make my own game. Basically, the first series of videos that I've decided I'm going to do for my Maverick and Renegade Gaming is basically something to do with Bendy. And just so you guys get to know ahead of time, the next thing has to do with something that, because of the bankruptcy of Dream Team, well, the Mario and Luigi series is kind of dead. Or at least I believe it's dead. So, little, hypothetical theory here. What if instead of going into bankruptcy right before that happened, right before everything hit rock bottom, they found a way to save their asses, but they were still pretty kaput. Like, they didn't really know what to do. So they were like, they need someone who can help them. They need help. And, well, hypothetically, I just so happened to be there. And they just so happened to, ask me. Just so hypothetically ask me to, help them with their dilemma. Of, well, they somehow magically came out of what could have possibly been bankruptcy. And, well, yeah, they're out of bankruptcy, but they won't be out of it for long if, they don't find a solution to their problem. Like, they don't know what to do with their franchise, Mario and Luigi. The Mario and Luigi games. And so basically the next one I do after the bendy thing, hypothetical bendy, would be, a hypothetical, Mario and Luigi game. That's basically what I've decided to tell you guys ahead of time. So then there's What If Naru Joey. Basically, I just decided, what if Naruto was Joey Drew? That idea just came into my head, and I've been stuck with it ever since. I've been hooked on that idea ever since. And it just won't get off me, so I decided, why the fuck not? But put my own little spin on it. And then revive Dragon Ball GTX from basically my old channel. There's 3 episodes, I believe. Okay. If I go look.
I'm back.
Yep, that's episode 4. And there's What If Izuku was Gigan, which is tied to my What If from the other channel. What if, Izuku was Deadpool? Basically, this isn't like the Deadpool Izuku was Gigan. This is basically Deadpool Izuku's son was Gigan. Yeah, it basically wasn't that specific. Specific. I needed to be more specific. What if he was Gigan? Not if, whatever. I didn't even mention Deadpool in the title, so who gives a shit? And then there's Duel Monsters Back from the Shadows series, which, oh my god, I either need to erase it and make a new one, or because fuck. I mean, so many damn problems that arose. I mean, it's good. Don't don't got any problems with it really, except for the glaring ones that are constantly staring me in the face. And won't leave me alone. And then there's my reactions, which is basically only one reaction for now. And that is basically Bendy, Ryuk, and Bakura reacting to epic battles of history. Alexander the Great versus Ivan the Terrible, plus Sunday works at Burger King. Because those videos are amazing. And there's what if Izuku was a villain. Though, really, is he really a villain here? I mean, I guess the way I'm saying it is like objectively, like you could think of him as a villain because he's siding with a side that you don't like. But if you don't like the monsters from Undertale, you're a heartless, you're cold, heartless bastard. That's what you are if you don't like them. Because they're adorable and lovely and just I love them all so much. And the next one is Pro Wrestling enters the macrocosmic scale. And this one, oh baby. Basically, the second episode will be the second promotion. And it will be another championship match. And Huey will be involved. Don't worry, Boondocks still live. But Granddad is not a part of any promotion. Neither is Stinkmeaner or Uncle Ruckus. And then there's Pegasines and Symbiotes. Well, I kind of just made this as, like, I think I kind of had my own, like, Lagiacrus What If already on the channel. But I wanted, like, a second one. Like, what is the one that I said was my first one? I think my Doflamingo one was the one that I said was the first Doflamingo, like, Lagiacrus What If, in the way things are handled. But Pegasus and Symbiotes, that thing, it's almost like they're fighting for dominance of who was the actual real, like, Lagiacrus What If clone. Which really, wanting to be a clone of what that is. I mean, it's a pretty good what if, but still, I mean, Jesus. In the words of that one guy from the Big Lebowski, Jesus. And then there's what if Izuku was the new Khan of Outworld. I love this idea. I fucking love this idea. It just was so hard to figure out which one to, like, have be, like, fucking Shao Kahn. Like his successor in a way. And how to present it, how to go about doing it. Like, first I was thinking Naruto, but then it's just like somehow, somewhere along the way, I thought Izuku. I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, Izuku. And then I needed somehow to get MX-18 on here. So MX-18 the series. Like, if I can't manage to get back on my fucking, profile on, like, fanfiction.net. Like, if I can't finally freaking get on there, if I can't do that, then I might as well make a series here that focuses on this thing. And that is what I have decided to do. And a little something else that I've decided to do. Word to all of the shit that was going through my brain. I mean, just, wow, the kind of shit that was going through my brain whenever I was making up the ideas for, like, I don't even think I was making up ideas before. Like, I think I was, but then I started thinking up ideas. Wow, I was doing the what if. It's like I was pre-planning, then I started planning whenever I was already doing the what if. And so it just kind of all melded in like some sort of amalgamation. But it was perfect in its own way. And yes, that thumbnail is 50 Cent. Because, that's one of his songs, one of his raps, Many Men, in the beginning. And yes, in the beginning and end of the song, video, I do a mic drop. Because, come on. You gotta do a mic drop in the name of the legend 50 Cent. So yeah, just telling you guys what to expect in the future. More of everything here, if I can, if, it doesn't jeopardize anything. And also to look out for some, like, where are they now type videos of, from, like, the My Hero Academia Pokemon crossover thing, because of my big ass fucking mistake. Because of that mistake, be sure to be on lookout for a video like that. Actually, a couple videos like that. Just to stall for when I finally am out of pure fucking rage mode. Fuck. Deuces.